Well, hi there. My name is Mark Hundley, and this is a Live at 5 for a Friday afternoon. I think it's like the 14th of August, so it's the second Friday of the month of August, almost halfway through the month of August. It doesn't seem possible, does it? End of July, early August has been kind of roller coaster related to weather because it's hot again. I mean, really, really hot. And some of you are experiencing some of that really hotness as well. So I just want to welcome you to Live at 5, whether you watch it live or whether you watch it later. I'm glad to have you here. This has been perhaps one of the most hectic weeks I've had in a long, long time. And I know that there are lots of factors, lots of reasons for this having been hectic. And I would imagine that there are certain reasons for you if you've had a hectic week as well. I'm a high school counselor, senior high school counselor. I work with just 11th and 12th graders, and this has been the beginning of school, and some of what we've done, 2 weeks worth of work, has been crammed into about 4 days. And so it's been a lot of long days, a lot of long nights. So it's been kind of interesting. So I'm glad to have a Friday leading into a weekend that's going to give me some purposeful self-care. And that's what I plan to do, and I hope you plan to do some of that this week as well, or this weekend. I want to talk with you just a little bit. I've been thinking all day, really since last night. I want to talk to you about it, and I wanted to talk to you about the predictors. The predictors. Predictors have always been, as far as I can remember, and as I look back through history, predictors have always been a part of our culture, of our society, not just ours here in the United States, but all over the world. There seems to be a need, an innate, deep-seated need that we have to know what's going to happen in the future, to know what's going to happen 5 minutes from now, a day from now, a week, a month, a year, 10 years from now, that we feel like we have to know in order to, I'm not sure, maybe to feel comfortable with walking forward with everything that we do. But predictors have always been a part of what we do. They make announcements. Predictors have a way of getting into the heart and mind of their followers and planting seeds of hope, of surety, of direction, whether those things come about or not. We use the words prophet, and when we think of prophet, there are some folks that come to mind. Jeremiah the prophet Muhammad. We talk about Nostradamus, right? And even in the modern day times, a person like Sylvia Browne, prophet kind of labels some of those folks. We have psychics who predict the future, tell the future. We have fortune tellers. We have palm readers. We have futurists who look at trends, emerging trends, and based on those trends, they make projections into the future about economics, about work, about education, about societal and cultural kinds of things that they think might take place. We have preachers who do all kinds of predicting and projecting. We have politicians. We have educators. Everybody out there has some sort of a predictor that we listen to. Long time ago, when I was at Hardin-Simmons University and I was a wannabe preacher boy, I remember one time hearing the true test of a prophet was that true test was that prophet had to be 100% correct all the time. That everything that prophet said came true. I'm not so sure that we really know what predictions mean. We have people who look at the weather, tell us what it's going to be 10 days from now. Really? 10 days from now, you're going to tell me exactly what the weather's going to be. No, it's based on models of projection and predicting. The funny thing about all these predictors and all these predictions is that we do have a tendency to align ourselves with certain predictors. Good or bad, right or wrong, whether they have our best interest at heart or not, we align ourselves with predictors. I don't know about you. I don't know of anybody anywhere on this planet who's 100% true all the time. Maybe there are folks out there. I don't know. But it bugs me when I hear people say, well, I guarantee it. I predict if I win, this is what's going to happen. If I'm in charge of this particular project, this is where we're going to go. Do we really believe that people can tell us exactly what's going to happen if they are in charge or they are in place, whether it's an individual or a group. You know, folks, I really believe that we ought to put aside the predictions. Just put them aside and learn to be a willow. Learn to be flexible. Learn to go with the flow. And at the same time, tap into the innate wisdom that we have that gives us the chance to discern what's right and what's wrong. And follow those paths instead of allowing our lives to be dragged along by predictors who really can't predict from one minute to the next whether they're going to be alive. Instead of aligning ourselves with those things, why don't we just begin to trust ourselves and that innate wisdom and that innate experience that we've had, divide those things in front of us and allow ourselves to make choices about our future with our plans in mind, but also with the flexibility to change, because change is part of and parcel of life, okay? So predictions are interesting. They're fun to read. They're fun to watch. I love watching Nostradamus episodes and or documentaries about him. I love to watch those kinds of things because it's fascinating to see what we do with those kinds of situations. But hey, I'm going to predict something. I'm going to predict that if you will give yourself opportunity and permission to take care of yourself and relax, that you might emerge from the end of this weekend a little more focused and a little more rested. So I hope you have a great weekend. Come back and see me next week when we're live at 5 again. Peace.